Yo, 2 videos in 2 days. Who am I, bro? Consistent? Nah, I'm just kidding. But I just played some casual duels with a friend using my an updated Nico Robin deck. And I wanted to share, right? Because that's what the channel's for. Maybe you guys can get some inspiration out of it. So, here we are. We got some things here. We got some things here. So, same list basically from last time. If you're not familiar, the concept of the deck was I want to make a Robin deck, but I can't fill the whole deck with Nico Robins because I think there's aren't enough. One and two, it would be dog shite. So I wanted like some consistency. Not consistency. I wanted a game plan at least, and something about myself that you may or may not know. I love casual engines, right? Casual engines, casual resource loops and stuff. So this is where they come. This is where the deck comes from. Leader, Luffy. You could choose literally any purple red leader. It'd probably be better than this Luffy. I'm just playing him. I'm literally playing the leader for colors, and sometimes ramping to 9 or 10 is kind of cool. Some maybe, right? Not no synergies really here, unfortunately, but it is what it is, right? Maybe there's one, but it never probably doesn't come up too much. We have the four Namis, the four one drop Namis. Uh, it's a good searcher. I'm playing a few of them. I've played a few searchers, that is. It's not the best, but it's adequate. You know what I'm saying? It's adequate. Three choppers. So four choppers. I forgot what playing. I forgot what game I'm playing. Right. So the choppers is fundamental to the game plan of this deck. This entire deck is revolved around looping choppers over looping cards via Chopper's effect, and I'll show you. We got the three drop Robin here with the minus 2k power, which is relevant, which is kind of good sometimes. Our Robins are getting better. Last time I was playing vanillas, right? This one, blocker Robin, fantastic. We need blockers because our deck is shite, right? This Robin, probably the best Robin in the deck, arguably, because right. So the plan is you loop this Robin with the chopper, and every time that you block with this Robin, you get a search, and the entire deck is Straw Hat. Like there's except for this, we'll get there. We'll get there. So you're blocking the attack and you're getting advantage every time you block the attack with the chop, and then you next turn so you're plus you next turn you draw a card, so you're +2 technically in quotes. So then you use one of the cards that you drew, and then you loop the Robins again after the Tony Chopper attacks, and then, so on and so forth. If you don't want to loop the Robins, you can also loop the Usohachi, the 2K blockers, 2K, I keep, the 2K counters. I keep calling them blockers. But, so, I don't know, maybe you have more awareness of what the meta is or whatever, right? So you have this, like, okay, so maybe they have a lot of removal for my block for my Robin. Like, okay, maybe I'll get 2K counters instead. And also as an attack effect, I've never used it ever. You have 8 or more Dawn on your field, rest an opponent's character with 4 or less cost 4 or less. I've literally never used that. I've only used them as a 2K counter. All right. Zorojiro, really important for ramping because I don't know, it's just nice to ramp. You could probably get away with cutting this, but I think obviously you'd rather have more ramp than not, right? That's just me. That's what I'm thinking. That's my logic here. But I don't know. There may be there probably are better cards to play in this slot. If you wanted to min and max the idea of Tony, of Chopper looping Robins, you probably play like good cards. But it's cheap. This deck is pretty cheap, so I'm just gonna go with it. It has a pretty good effect too. We got Orobi, probably my favorite art of my favorite costume or wardrobe drip, if you will, from Robin. Big fan. And it also has a relevant effect that popping a 3K 3 or less is relevant. It's useful sometimes. Getting rid of blockers, getting rid of engines, getting rid of whatever, right? Miss All Sunday, argue this is the other argument for the best Robin, quote unquote Robin in the deck. Unfortunately, she's not actually a Robin, technically speaking. She's not a Straw Hat either. So, shit like Nami's and the Searchers, they don't work. It is what it is. but it's a really good card. And then this is like one of the few synergies alongside with the leader because like you have to -2 Dawn to use it if it's a trigger effect, but it's like it replaces itself and then the next turn you get it anyway. Same thing with this of the blocker Nico, right? You -1 Dawn, but you'll just get it back the next turn, and assuming you're at like 10 Dawn, right? And you probably are, maybe because of this. So maybe there's an argument there to play this one most. I like the 6K attack too. I got Jinbei, my boy Jinbei. I'm only playing two though because uh, I'm already looping this blocker, so that another blocker isn't entirely relevant, especially with a 6K attack Luffy. But maybe if I actually play this game more, and again, I'm a casual. If I play this game more, maybe I would change the ratios of some of these a little bit more. For Nosuke, it's mostly here for a 2K counter, to be completely honest with you. You can't loop it, which is a shame, but the rush effect could happen, is relevant, probably, in certain matchups, like in top deck wars, so on and so forth, which you probably shouldn't be in a top deck war anyway because of how the deck functions. But if you are, it is what it is. And then the two searchers, right? In 2 years, and when you're at sea, you fight pirates. It's obviously not as good as this one because it searches more, I think. Oh, this has, yeah, like, because you're searching Straw Hats, Kid, or Hearts, and this one only searches Straw Hats. But you want to find your choppers, you want to find your Nikos, you want to find whatever. It's toolboxy. Maybe you want to find Orabis to pop something. Maybe you can't find this. Maybe you want to find a bigger blocker. Maybe you want to find a rusher, so on and so forth. Yeah, that's the deck in a nutshell. Feel free to comment on any suggestions you have for the deck. Maybe replacements, maybe some ideas, perhaps, because again, I'm not too well versed in the OPTCG at the moment. I'm preoccupied with other things, like other TCGs maybe. But oh yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.